The Honourable Nikki Kay.
Mr Speaker, tonight I hope that we pass this bill so that same-sex couples can finally marry in New Zealand. It is time that we pass this bill. It has been nearly 30 years since we passed the Homosexual Law Reform Act. 3 decades later, 20,000 submissions, 121 MPs tonight have the power to finally vote to give all New Zealanders the freedom to marry the person they love. This change will be hugely positive for our country. There are so many stories that we have heard over the last 6 months of people desperate to marry, of young people taking their lives because they have never been accepted, of people in relationships for 30 years desperate to have that properly recognised in law. This bill is not just about equality and freedom for people to choose who they want to spend the rest of their life with. It's also fundamentally about human dignity, real acceptance and good old-fashioned love. For people who are currently married, we have already heard, nothing will change. Weddings will still happen. They will still be expensive. There will still be honeymoons, cakes and stag do's, dresses and rings and the odd drunk uncle. But marriage is more than that. It is a huge commitment and it's something so many young people want. Passing this bill actually means that young gay and lesbian New Zealanders can have the same dream that other young New Zealanders have. I'm proud to be the MP for Auckland Central. I represent Greyland, Ponsonby, Rocky Bay, a huge gay and lesbian community. But you know what? You may think that's why I'm voting for this bill, but actually I support this bill because it's the right thing to do. I support this bill because it's absolutely the right thing for our country. I support those MPs and Conservative electorates who have stood up and are voting for this bill because they also think it is the right thing for our country. I want to acknowledge Chris Ockenville and Paul Hutchison. They have shown us in this debate the true power of conscience. When Paul said, "I cannot construct a strong enough intellectual, moral, health or spiritual argument against it," he struck a chord with so many New Zealanders because he showed us openness and he showed us compassion for people. Our Parliament can be very proud that this vote is actually less about political divides, but more about religious and generational divides. We have a lot to be proud of in our country. We must acknowledge the freedoms that we have are not the same freedoms that other countries have. As Louisa has said, there are 55 countries in the Commonwealth that still criminalise homosexuality. That must change. The world will be watching New Zealand tonight. Let us vote to show them that our country values freedom for all of our people. Louisa, thank you for your commitment to the cause. You have worked across party lines. You have personally helped ensure that this debate has been more constructive and more positive in the past. Thank you to you, Kevin, as well for your contribution. Thank you to Toe and Jamie Lee Ross as well. I want to acknowledge the other Liberal Nats who have walked before me for their contribution. Catherine Rich and Marilyn Waring, thank you as well. It's lovely to see you here tonight. Megan Campbell, Sean Wallace, your tireless efforts will not be forgotten. Georgina and Tim, I acknowledge you as well here tonight. This bill is about strengthening families. The difference to people's lives will be real and positive. This is about the daughter who asked her mother yesterday, "Can I finally be the flower girl at Auntie Emma's wedding?" The answer is yes. This is about the young man who had not yet come out to his friends, having the courage to do so. This is about the couple who have been together for 30 years, finally getting the chance to say, "I do." This is about a large group of New Zealanders holding their head a little higher down the street. Colleagues, it is time that we pass this bill. It is the right thing to do. Please vote for freedom. Please vote for this bill.
Order. Order.